Okay, our final little bit of new Solasta content this morning. All right, where the hell were we? It arrived somewhere downhill, apparently. No one's overburdened. Right? Got what's her face with this morning too, don't we? Yeah. Amnesiac elf. Who no one fucking trusts. Something strange about this place. Unlike any other D&D location, right? Mage armor up. Crack spotted, okay. Hello, Anbu Ronin. Good morning, Tragic Booty. Okay. Cracks spotted. Like a good start. Guessing I don't see a roll for spotting tracks. Yes. An internet thing, Tragic Booty. Some interesting tracks. Let me get this straight. He left tracks on thin air, top of stone, and then thin air again. You're an expert tracker. I was fixed. Ah! The wolf just run by and not notice us at point blank range? This past the previous preview's end? It is, yep. Alright, Zach. I would like you to shoot the wolf in the head.
Curses. My fault.
And then I want you to go hide. Oh, Tragic Booty, I wish it was fixed. I'll probably go into it a little bit more in a little bit. Talk about it then. It is the most exciting thing to happen to any human being ever. Probably. Whoa! She just leveled up. She now has Fireball. Previously, she literally had Shadow Dagger. Now she has Fairy Fire, Magic Missile, Blind, Scorching Ray, Hold Person, Great Food, questionable, and Fireball. We went from useless to having Fireball. That's quite a change. Now, we only have 3 direwolves, so do we even give a fuck? Really don't know if we care.
Nice move.
Huh? Pretty accurate Crusader Bishop. Okay. Burn them all. Yeah, it kind of goes without saying that burning is our primary objective. I think we're going to Hunter's Mark. Walk up there. Stabbing. Favored enemy, not dire wolves. Double miss, Nobu. See how it is. Prize round. Oh, there's also now a winter wolf just added. A large monstrosity. What are these things? Large beasts. Is it a monstrosity? Because this is clearly not a winter biome. I have to assume that's what happened. Wolves have got to be fast, right?
Take that, you fiend.
21 damage from Vipsido. Anyone doing anything this round? I kind of want to control the tiles here. I wonder if I need to drop any resources here. I can't ready action though, right? Because they were surprised. I think I can go there and cast Spirit Guardians if I want. Or Spiritual Guardians. Wait, where is it? Oh, that's bonus cast. Not in range. Feels bad. Good morning, Nobu. Alright. Get up here and shoot things. Does make me want to play another RPG pretty badly. Makes me want to play D&D pretty badly too. +6 +3 +2. High ground, bracers of archery, sneak attack, and regular roll, I think.
You have returned.
Good morning, One Heart, One Mind.
Morning.
I can get up there and maybe shoot that thing. Thanks for resub. Welcome back. Got a tech update today at some point. Magic missile it to death, I guess. Or we're not gonna kill. Put it at 6. Okay. Nobu no longer has a bow. We can move forward and ready an attack. Can't see it. Say so.
A palpable hit.
All right. Do we kill it by walking in and out of its range until it dies? Feels like what we should be doing. We will disengage. Oh, we don't have haste though, and if we disengage, we can't sprint. We could just walk away from the wolf and get auto attacked. Fine. Looks to be a wolf.
A good kill, as they say.
Did they say that though? Your turn, Wolf. How it works on tabletop? I think rules is written before any additions to it. I think yes, actually. Alright, we pulled out the fancy weapons, which I don't think we need to do. Re-equip our shit weapons. We can then cunning action dash. I'm happy to not do that as well, chat. I'm just proving a point that currently that needs to be fixed. I've never played any of those tragic booty.
Of course you've been detected.
The new Dyson Sphere game. I don't know. I saw the that was pushed in my Discord yesterday or something, but I don't know what it is yet. The answer is I don't know yet. Maybe. Figure in Spaced Focus Factorio. I never played Factorio. That wanted to me too, but I never felt at all interested in it. I mean, maybe. Goal to build a Dyson Sphere. Why? Oh, Dyson Sphere is not... I was thinking Faraday Cage. The Dyson Sphere is the tap all the sun's resources with the total sphere surrounding it, right? Pretty cool concept. Yeah, maybe we'll check it out. We'll see. I mean, we will see. It's in the review process, right?
Hurts most.
All right, fought some giant wolves. Seemed rather easy, as all combat in this game has felt in the preview. More of these winter wolf pelts that so far keep telling us that we want to craft with them, but then don't give us any recipes that use them. All right, back to sneaky. Main alley. Came in from there. I guess we could keep going forward, or we could explore these side paths. That. Secret shrub. Wizard, our primary obstacle clearing dude. Aren't we following tracks a second ago too? I guess we should go back and follow those humanoid tracks. Think sketchy going on over here. There's things I have to click. Windy apparently. Those trees are acting really strange. And you don't want to sound like a dick. Disagreeing with me does not make you a dick inherently. You're only a dick if you keep insisting on something that's verifiably wrong. The problem with D&D is fights are heavily weighed towards players. No, that's a problem with your DM. You think fights are heavily weighed towards players. The only thing determining the number of creatures that are in a fight is what your DM determines. That's it. The DM could literally say there's an infinite well of goblins appearing from this location. That's the DM's job. So is it a problem in a video game equivalent where you can't have the DM adjusting for player power or something like that? Maybe. I mean, this is something hopefully that difficulty settings are going to fix in a game like this. Most of them don't play that way with the CR stuff. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. In what sense? You mean that most people don't use CR ratings to determine the fights that you're encountering? Or most DMs don't adjust on the fly? Or most DMs don't adjust to the players they're playing with? What are you saying? Oh, Spirit Guardians. Fucking insane. Oh, more tracks spotted. Okay. Use CR so the encounters are balanced. I don't know what to tell you again, like, because that doesn't even make sense, right? Which is, we have 7 minutes left on this spell. It's a level 3 spell that does more damage than pretty much anything else out there. It outdamages Fireball after a couple rounds too. I don't remember how many rounds it was, but we did do the math of that one point in our party. But instead of being a single shot, I get to use it repeatedly. So crazy, man. It's such a crazy spell. Use the CR so encounters are balanced. Again, like, that's just your DM. I don't mean to be offensive to your party members or your group, but that's your DM being bad. If your DM uses the CR rating to make a balanced encounter and your team steamrolls it every single time, that's not enough difficulty for your players. If they do that and keep doing that and everyone's happy, that's no problem, I guess. But if you guys are being like, man, this is too easy, and they just keep doing that same metric, that's just your DM being a bad DM, right? That's him not doing his job, essentially. All right, let's take our shot here. Why can I not shoot these? Most DMs don't have the experience to adjust and apply. I don't disagree. And I do think some of the stuff, I don't actually, you know, it's funny because we stopped using the D&D combat system eventually, the group I was playing with, and checked out GURPS because we got fed up with how limited the D&D combat system was, right? And I at one point had, like, I have somewhere, I've got it still, I've got like 2 pages of ideas of just like single space, like line by line, different things you can do in D&D combat to make it interesting. And I played around with some of those, I think, in the one-off I did. But yeah, if you just walk into a D&D encounter and it's got 4 goblins and a goblin archer and a chief or something, often it's very boring, often it's very one-dimensional, often it's very alpha strikey. It can be a really not exciting experience. Now, I think you can also build good encounters out of it, and this feels like the perfect type of game to do that in. This game is fixed locations. So every time you play the game, you go to the same locations in the same order. Fixed items. You know what items the players will have access to. Limited classes. You know roughly the sets of characters your players can bring to the game. This seems like almost the ideal environment for spending quite a bit of time on crafting interesting encounters that are challenging. Because what does your game do well? It doesn't do voice acting particularly well. It doesn't do character models particularly well. It doesn't do a riveting storyline that we're playing particularly well. Its crafting and movement is okay, but really where it really shines is in its combat system, in the port of the combat system to a map. And it's really good there. So it's kind of crazy to me that, and again, early access, so we don't really get a chance to get the information to either criticize or not criticize here, which is we don't yet know what they're going to do with it. But it ought to be here. Why can I not shoot these? They're directly above me. I can see them. It just will not let me actually pull the attack off on them. Even with limited classes, there's a huge variance in power level from character building. Sure, but there's also quite a few options in terms of difficulty. Difficulty in particular seems very easy to mess with, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they end up doing for their difficulty levels. It's very difficult to say right now because they have promised difficulty levels, but it's just not in the game right now. I guess we're not going to get a surprise round. Even though I can see them and would like to attack them, my fucking team refuses to shoot them. Maybe I could shoot them with like a wizard bolt or something, like a firebolt. Battle starts. Oh, that's exciting. I don't know what that was about. A lot of poison rolls. Now these drakes are kind of crazy because they sweep in. They sweep in and attack and then sweep out again, which means they trigger opportunity attacks on everybody. We get a lot of attacks on them.
Reaches out for you.
We just kill one? No. We double opportunity attacked that one and stunned it. So he's staying there. I haven't. We only played a little bit of GURPS. We played it maybe for a few weeks. And then the COVID shit kind of hit and we kind of stopped playing for a little bit. We haven't been back to it. I liked parts of it and didn't like parts of it. It was very complicated, the combat. And that's probably good in the long run, but in the short run, that makes it kind of a pain in the ass. Bunch of flying creatures. I wonder if I could have hit it from there. You can with reach weapons attack up. Alright, let's shoot him some magic missiles here. Thing about Spirit Guardians in particular, QBE, is any cleric can cast that, right? It's just on the cleric list. It's not some special cleric list. So we should expect to see a lot of clerics using their best spell. It's like saying like, oh, the wizards have Fireball. It makes them strong. No shit. It's like the fucking class-defining spell at a certain level, even though it isn't really. But I mean, it's seen that way oftentimes as a wizard. So I don't know. Like you have to pay attention and balance for the. This is actually showing me walking through zone of control. You have to actually pay attention to the options the player have to build encounters, right? We just fucking fireball this area, but I probably shouldn't. I guess we're magic missiling again. Thing's at 16 now. It's not going to die from magic missiles. It might die from Scorching Ray.
You suck.
No. Alright, it's still showing me as leaving zone of control. Right? I wonder if I can attack from any of these locations. I have a crossbow. I put him in range. I can actually swing from here too.
How did I miss?
Who knows? Who knows how you missed? Disadvantage. Why disadvantage? Oh, because I'm in range. I'm not sure. Guy's stunned. I'm surprised that he's still considered blocking my range attacks.
Go to hell.
Okay. Baited into attacking Nobu. Easy. Getting molested by spirits. Always quite enjoyable for us. This Drake is in. Oh, this is the stun Drake. Oh, a firebolt should be fine. And again, this is going to be a combat-oriented game, right? Because that's what it's doing well, and it's a smaller company, right? So they're not going to be able to do everything, right? So if this is a smaller company with a combat system that's working, they should be focusing on the fucking combat system. Not to say that they aren't, but you should expect your players in a game with a working combat system that's quite fun. You should expect your players to be focusing on combat. That's what the content you're going to be providing is. In which case, that's even more incentive to be working on the balance of the difficulty of the encounters. At least from my perspective. If we can swing here. Oop. Okay. I don't think there's any reason to spend any more resources here. Do I have cantrips here that do anything? Sacred Flame. I think this is the first time we've cast Sacred Flame this campaign on this unit. Don't play XCOM because... Yeah, exactly. You mean not that you don't play XCOM because of the story. You mean when you play XCOM, you're not doing it because of the story. Agreed. Playing it because of the combat mechanics.
Gotcha.
Yep, I agree 100% with that. Urtalk's a really good example of that, right? There is a story in Urtalk. I maybe could tell you what it was if I was like tied on a rack or something. But I play that game because it has phenomenal turn-based tactical combat. Why you play that game. And you might be doing that here. The D&D system is a very well-tested, if not particularly well-balanced combat system. Yeah, and that would, I mean, this becomes a really fun... I mean, it depends what the work is to set up like a map in a... Are maps pre-gens? Are there a shit ton of pre-gen maps? Like in the sense of, are these all going to be the same? How accessible? Is there going to be a toolkit for players to work with? If the answer is yes, and we get an editor out of this, and players can build their own campaigns, then there's going to be the potential for a lot of content out of something like this. Now, I'm not sure they're going to do that. I actually don't know if that's on their to-do list or not. That feels like an extra that is often offered, but may not be there. Imagine a level 3 spell is passively being there for more than one fight, doing fireball level damage over time. Fucking nuts. All right, are we short resting? I don't think so. A little bit of damage. I could just like quaff some healing potions or something. Those games you play for the story, I rarely start playing a game because I'm expecting the story to be good. I'm happy when the story is good, but it's almost never my primary focus when I'm playing a game. All right, let's drink. I'd be so mad if I were in a group that was using healing potions out of combat. I'd be like, why are we bothering? I don't know, so mad. But I'd kind of be like, do we really need to do that? All right, I also need arrows to Zach. Zach's at 2 arrows. Sure, we've got more than this somewhere. We have 9k gold. Presumably we could buy a few arrows. Got 39 fancy arrows. I just need regular arrows. Look at all these primed objects we have, which are the ones you can use for enchanting. Nobu has arrows, but no bow. Awkward Nobu. Okay. We have 3 minutes left in Spirit Guardians. Whenever we can get another fight out of it. If we ran around, we probably could. So I lost the humanoid tracks again, huh? We picked them up twice and lost them again. I guess we should probably go follow up on those. A ton of well-written games. I think, you know, I feel like this is the like story, maybe the equivalent of like a good waiter sometimes, in like in a game, right?
And it's had recent visits.
As long as it's not actively detracting from the experience, I'm okay with it. And if it actively adds to it by being like,
let's be careful.
hey, sweet, oh, nice timing, this type of shit, you know, like you're like excited about it, fantastic. But I can live with just not detracting.
Yes.
And be okay with that and still enjoy the experience. Hey, remember waiters and waitresses? I remember them. Used to be a thing in our society. Right. I wasn't listening to the fucking story, to be fair. We're probably going to go inside there in a minute, but let's keep exploring the map for now. I wonder if it's part of the content that we have available in this update or not. Remember this one date I was on some years ago. We went out to a really nice dinner. And And then afterwards, we're going, and service was amazing. The food was phenomenal. The atmosphere was good. We really had a good time with each other. We had plenty of alcohol. And after this, we were going to a play. We're going to an outdoor play. When I was living in Nashville, and they had I can't remember what they called them. Like I don't remember, like Shakespeare on the Park or something like this. Some variation of that name, right? And the waiter grabbed us before we left, offered and grabbed us ice cubes and put them in a to-go container because we had brought like Baileys and something else, and we didn't have a way to like, and just basically to make the next part of our evening that much better from just like a little simple kindness from that as a suggestion, unprompted and from their own kind of like initiative. And that was like, it was just super sweet. It was just like one of these experiences where like the whole night was a great night. And then the impact of the service staff there was just incredible, right? Like added to the experience as opposed to detracted from it. And then I've had the opposite, right? You go to like a decent or a nice restaurant and the wait staff is either incompetent or just there or just annoying or whatever else, right? And it just changes the tenor of the experience. I feel like the same way with storyline, right? Like I don't need it to have a good experience, but if it's actively detracting from the experience, like it needs to go. It needs to not be a part of it. I'd rather have no story. I feel like I'm losing loot here, so I guess we gotta come back over here. I left the basket, chat. I can't leave baskets. Where this fucking basket is. Alright, no more sneaking. Yeah, exactly. How's the food? I haven't had a bite yet, or disappears, or whatever else. There's a lot of ways. Wait, where is this so-called? It must be up here. It must be on top of this, because I'm not actually... Oh, it's right there. Wait, what? Is that is that loot I can't interact with? Yeah, it is. Okay, what is that? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, but I had a good experience too. It's a nice memory. A really nice evening. It was a little simple thing that I have some ungodly amount there too for that, but it was a really nice experience. And sometimes you get that with storyline in games, but mostly you don't. And that's fine. I get it. It takes effort and work to set something like that up. And if you only have a limited amount of resources, I'd rather you focus on what was essential to the experience of your game. And if you're building a D&D combat engine, is what we built here, then having good D&D combat is going to be essential to your game. So do that. Alright, going up to this roof, I guess, somehow. Oh, no, we're not. We're going into the basement. Maybe. Why are there hanging stones? Wait, was I supposed to go in from that side? Can I even get in from that side? I want to go to that room. Can we go to that room? No. Well, you can, but no one else can? Being weird. Alright, who is this? Is this Crusader Bishop, or is this... Yeah. Okay. Like, even if they insist on making me play these puzzles, I'm not convinced at the moment that these puzzles are adding anything to the game. Because it's not really a puzzle. Like pathing. No, don't die. Don't die. No, 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 no. No, don't jump down. Why would we jump down? Also.
A real little goblin.
Clearly another one of their fucking puzzles where you only can choose their solution. If you don't choose their solution and they're only one solution, you can't do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna click that and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna problem solve. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm just gonna click it from time to time. and things.
I know kids who'd do that faster.
What even are these things? That's the one we knocked down, sure. No, that's not even the one. That's the one we knocked down. Like, I can't select that. It highlights, but I can't click it. All these surfaces are unclickable. I can't tell by looking at a surface whether I can click on it or not. There is some way to get into this room, presumably. Full walls around it, except maybe on this side we can't tell. Spider climb, maybe? Can use attack cantrips to knock things over? Are you sure about that, Merc? Wow. Well, I didn't know that, so I appreciate you telling me that. I swear we tried that initially, and I just assumed I could never do that again. That probably makes things a little bit easier. Alright, so now we're in another weird thing, right? This is a no path to destination moment. Even though we've got a jumper and that's 3 tiles away. I think maybe it's because there's an added element of verticality to it. But if I go there, can I jump to there? Because it's now the same verticality. Torches on the walls light up. Can I click them? I can't click them, but I can firebolt them. You want me to light them up? But you're thinking they're like levers? They're not levers. And if they did make them levers, it would be really, really scummy. Because they offer light sources as interactable objects throughout the entire game. And if some of them were also secret doors, it would be really, really, really scummy. Go there. Oh. If in doubt, we use the guaranteed one here. Imagine working this hard to find rations. I mean, spend a level 2 spell slot to get 1 agate moss and 3 arrows or something. Pretty bad. Yeah. That's there I didn't know about. Random useless jet gas? Okay. No big deal, I just wanted to let you know. Can I not interact with that? I can, I just have to believe. Yeah. Looting is becoming fairly disappointing this. So now I'm worried, chat, that I'm like, I don't know. Yesterday's experience with this game got me a little bit concerned about it. You shoot things that are hanging on the ceiling? Yes. You can drop things on yourself. I think dropping these stones was something that they wanted me to do. That's possible. Bring the wizard over here and see. Although I can firebolt that apparently. Yeah, so this is what they wanted us to do, I guess. Then I could have jumped from there to there. Now I can interact with that. That wasn't interactable before. So again, like look at the structure of this puzzle. Ready? A bunch of things that you can only click on in one way. In this case, firebolt. The fact we didn't know we couldn't do that before this moment makes that a lot harder than it was. But now that we know that, we can access this pit. This pit is a 2-foot drop with a slope, with a wheelchair accessible slope. But we cannot access it from walking down into the pit. We may only access it through crawling through this location. I mean, okay. It was covered in vine and bush. Was it? I mean, because we could see it. It shows up on the mini-map, and then we could hover over it, and it wasn't interactable. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, why do I bother opening chests? Because of this shit. There's a prime battle axe in here. Prime battle axe doesn't do anything, but it's one of the crafting things for all these special weapons of magical items that we're trying to get, right? So, I don't know. I'm a little down on this looting system right now. All right, I gotta get the wizard out of there somehow. He won't jump off for some reason, even though that doesn't look like that big of a drop. He won't jump to that, I don't think, either. Can't reach that. Won't jump down. Why? Why won't you do the things you're capable of doing here? Have feather fall and jump? He won't jump off, so presumably I can't even do that. So I guess I'm teleporting. For level 2 spell again. Any more things I can shoot? Only myself. We'll jump down that. That much of a difference in height? Maybe. So, again, not to beat a dead horse to death here. Not to repeatedly bludgeon a dead horse, but can we just not have puzzles like that? Like, it's cool you have these environmental interactions to some degree, but I don't need puzzles like that. I'm quite happy just to have good combat without puzzles. No puzzles needed whatsoever. And be fine with that. That only this zone that bothered you? Well, we have to take everything we see as kind of an expose of the game, right? Like, showing us the things that their game will do, since that is the early access, right? The content they revealed, showcasing their engine, their character development, their storyline to some degree, the types of things you'll be doing in this game. Did I not get the sack when we came in? We missed the sack, chat. It was a scam sack. It had rations in it. Like, I could see a couple ways this would be fun, right? It would be fun if your characters were rolling perception,
Praise the sub.
and thus finding things. Because then it would be the skill points I assigned mattered. Actually, that might be the only way I can see it being fun. I don't understand this thing of like chests show up on the minimap and then I just go over to it and I don't solve a puzzle. I just do one of 3 or 4 predetermined actions depending on what's the appropriate one for that. That's not an interaction that's very fun. Thank you, Zol33 for the sub. Alright, I guess we're gonna find out. Wait, how did this just randomly ID itself? It wasn't ID'd a second ago when we picked it up and it's now ID'd. We have a Boots of Elvenkind. Arcana check to ID something? There's a whole spell that does that. It's called Spell of... I don't know. Spell of Identify or something like that, right? Sure. I don't actually care about it at all, so I'm not going to bother with it. Equip them to Nobu, I guess. Maybe once we ID ID once, we auto ID the items when we find them again. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's behaved that way in the past though. Like it doesn't auto ID arrows when I pick them up, and it doesn't ID ring of protections when I pick them up. Presumably it's not that, but I do not know what it was. We've just done a full circle. I might have missed some stuff over here to the left. We can go check that. Then we got to figure out how we get into that temple. Do in a moment. Yeah, it doesn't actually look like I can go anywhere except exactly where we went though. Chat. What is this area? Is there any way I could have got to that area? Back to this platform and maybe walk over there. Go left. Some stuff I can stab out of windows or shit to click on. There's something under the ground. Alright, so this is more of, now that we've learned to do this, this is more of a simple thing. Probably. Why do I want to do that? There's a unknown basket down there. An unknown basket. Any more Retropolis 20 coming? What's the title of the stream today? In here.
Crawling through dirt. Nothing new here.
I also firebolt this, or I have to push it now? Does this mean we could have firebolted in the wizards, the library? We could have firebolted that piece to fall for us?
Dive in the dirt now.
Without teleporting across? Why can't I use exclamation point? Alright, I guess we're going for the basket. Where is the basket? Oh, the basket is under a trapdoor here.
Did that all your life?
So why do I want to be in this room? No, let's find out. Down in chat, we found the secret basket that we would never have found except it's on the minimap. Got a large magic belt here. I'm sure it'll be fun. Magnificent Morning Star, which is a +1. Any other reason I wish to go in this pit? Why is there an elaborate pit here? The way to get across over here? Probably that. Like, it's cool their system supports this, I guess, but this is not gameplay. Not really. Break all the highlightable objects. Got it. An alternate way in? Why did I want an alternate way in? Yeah. There are monsters in the building for you? Disappointing. Neat, but needs to have a purpose. It's not neat though, because it's this false fucking false option stuff. It's like it's trying to replicate your party members exploring and finding stuff, but it's all pre-built and it's all displayed on the minimap. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, imagine it's like if you click the button 4, the number 4, you just click on your keyboard, you're given loot. It's like, it's just like one extra step in between now, for some reason. I don't think there's anything else over here. Alright, let's go deal with this fucking monastery puzzle, I guess. Oh well. I still will hold hope that the combat will make it worth playing. Wait for the moon to rise, you bet. Okay, pop back to evil bushes. If I click on this, it shows me the pattern I'm trying to make. Dealt with this before. Oh, I was hoping to get that displayed. I mean, I don't even know what this is showing me. Like, I'm supposed to build that symbol, but it's just literally all 3. Awkward.
Not so fast. The feast is just starting. And you will make a nice main dish.
No, we won't. What is this? Brood of blood. Campfire to the east. What? Alright. I mean, there seems to be a fair number of them. Like a couple more ambushing from somewhere else behind us. I think we should cast the spell that wins all fights. Reasonable. I'm gonna not abuse it because it's already too easy, but I just wanted to make a point with how abusable it is. Okay. How come they don't get a surprise round? I mean, I guess they didn't really jump out of no. What? Camera. We need to kill these. We don't know what these are, apparently. Are they just zombies? Who knows? Are we still buffed on this guy? Where's my mage armor? Mage armor is an 8-hour spell. I cast at the beginning of this zone. Do we really, like, we must have arrived like super early morning, I guess? Or just lead him a little bit, let him know be scared. I want my sneak attack, which means I'm attacking the guy in melee. I don't think I have any ID items that I need to ID, and I don't care about attuning to these boots. It makes no fucking difference.
Are you okay?
Hit us. Oh, I have the new belt. That's right. Good call. I forgot about that one. Yep, I do want to ID that one. That's just a 10-minute ID. If it's any good, we can attune to it if it's something I care about. It's probably the belt I've already purchased, though. The belt of Dwarven kind. But I did forget about that. So, yep.
Good.
These are not undead. I did not get a favored creature or whatever over this. They look kind of undead to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're losing to our ethereal friends over here. Disengaging, runs back. What are they doing back there? That's getting wrecked by spirit guardians. Climbing the wall. Okay. Tempted to fireball that group. Are we long resting after this? I don't know. The content is so trivial, it's tedious. Nice disengage. We'll come over here. Soloed. That was your full turn, was to move like 6 tiles towards me? You didn't want to sprint or anything?
A modest success.
Spread out so we can only attack one, or only lock one in melee. Now, it makes a little bit sense that they're slower because it's rough. The Spirit Guardians make that terrain rough terrain for the enemy as well, which makes it twice as expensive to move around in. That at least makes some sense. I could dual wield, pull out our... I honestly so far have found dual wield to be as scammy as I always assumed it was. And it's particularly bad on rangers, it looks like, which are one of the like quintessential dual wield classes in D&D, right? I'm not trying to abuse running towards them to keep doing extra damage with the Spirit Guardians, but they keep moving just out of range of it and then getting hit by like 5 at once, so I guess we're just gonna have to deal with that. Mean. Let's color spray again. Blinded. Alright, let's cast a spell that's entirely a waste of my time here. To see it. Oh, it rolls on hit points. It doesn't have a hit roll. So we just rolled on 84 HP. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. No comments, chat.
Another one bites the dust.
It does so much damage. It's such a busted ass fucking spell, man.
Ow! Ow! Deal with it.
Ipsidu. Have to save our spell resources for teleporting.
You'll die like the rest.
We get Predator for being up that elevation. I mean, that is elevation. I appreciate it. I get my bonus. Alright, let's bonus attack that one. Double main attack this one. And then let's pull our shield out. AC doing AC things. Another one over here. I didn't even know there was one more. Alright, what are we doing about that guy? And tripping. Honestly, everyone else's job is just to soften up the targets not immediately in the sphere so they die faster to the sphere when we get in there. If I can hide. Yes. All the numbers 11 11 3 2. Awesome. All right. I don't think Nobu can get past this without triggering. I guess we could move. Bonus attack.
Another victory.
Move. Stab. At this point, I feel like I am running down poor innocent undead and slaughtering them. Ran through the edge and gets burned. Oh my god. Getting a sense of how Adam felt as Dolphin was just non-stop spamming this spell. Makes perfect sense because the spell is busted. Keep disengaging and backing up, poor bastards.
Only the last blow matters.
Only the cleric matters, you mean? Yeah, I can see that. Rolled us 30 on stealth roll. Nice. Well, the thing about this Merc is, although this spell is too good, which is... I always get the impression that D&D balancing is not actually anything to do with how good or bad the spells are, and it's entirely the positions and enemies you're fighting and the resources you have going into it. Right? Like, it's an attritional kind of damage system. You're supposed to have party members... You're supposed to have parties get attritioned out of fights. So, like, this fight becomes a lot harder if I don't have any level 3 spell slots left. Okay, but we got to get good balance for that. And again, I think this game is going to be made or broken by its combat balance. And at the moment, you know, as I said, they're going to implement a combat system. So I go round and round. I go, this is too easy. This spell looks really good in a situation like this. It's fine to have spells be good. We just need an accurate an engaging challenge from the enemies. You loathe the balance by attrition? I kind of do too. And there's no reason to do that. If they offer us long rest pretty regularly, which they do, and they offer us short rest whenever we want, which is fine, they don't have to balance by attrition. They can balance each fight to essentially be a pretty decent, a pretty intense engagement. Now, maybe there's some of that, like maybe there's balance by attrition on maps like this where you have a couple like weak encounters like the wolf plus the wyverns, which is kind of what they were looking for. Then you run into this, but the other encounters weren't enough to tax any resources, so.
And the winner is me.
I mean, The issue with the balance by attrition stuff is long rest versus short rest character classes that recharge differently. And I will say the problem with this is it might be solvable here. They don't have warlocks in, and their fighters right now are very unappealing to use their fighters. I don't know. Maybe they could just do away with short rest classes. The rogue's fine in either. The rogue is supposed to be weaker when you get to long rest whenever you want. The rogue should be weaker, right? Because they don't have long rest resources, so they're not going to have their power spikes. But it really hasn't felt that way. There's nothing to loot there. We should, at the very least, short rest. We should probably long rest. There was a fire. It's not showing on the mini map, but there was a fire where we came in, right? So let's do this. Let's ID the thing. Oops, I just cast Detect Magic. Feels bad. Let's ID the belt, which is where? We leveled. We actually hit level 6 too. So we definitely want a long rest because we get to level up. Where story might be relevant, but you don't even have, you can, yeah, it's another belt of Dwarven kind. So we now have 2 of those. I guess it goes to Nobu. Yeah. Let's go long rest so we can level up. Take a look at the level 6 stuff, which could be fun. That was here. East side I haven't discovered. Wasn't there one on the way in? No, it wasn't on the way in. Okay. East side. Thing over here. Like I haven't, where is it then? Like right up there? I thought we passed it. I remember seeing one. It's just not showing on the minimap, but I've definitely seen it. Ah, I definitely have seen this. Turn-based combat or 4x. This is a turn-based combat. Right, start long rest. Right, we're gonna level up our wizard. Level 6 wizard. Spell academic. You learn 1 additional spell slot each time you gain a level. Okay. Three class spells. Do we have level 4s? No, it's just more level 3s. Learn fly. I love fear. Love hypnotic pat. Wait, hypnotic pattern is a concentration, isn't it? Why is it not showing as a concentration? Hypnotic pattern not a concentration? I seem to remember it being a concentration. Also, I missed it. Okay. I'm still happy with all these. I don't know why it keeps auto-equipping shield when it attacks my wizard, so I don't actually give a shit about shield. I'm gonna get 8 equipped spells right now too. We don't want to spend 4 of them here. Alright, let's level up. Nobu. Level 6 Ranger. We've gained another favored enemy. What do you think is... actually, if anyone knows, I'll take a spoiler. What's in the final location? Like, what were these things we just fought? They weren't undead? We weren't getting undead bonuses. I guess I could have checked the bestiary to see. but I don't know. What are they called? More undead? We already have favorite enemy undead. I have to. Why am I even able to unlock it again? Go monstrosity. Okay. Go level up on our rogue. Expertise 2. We get 2 more skills to be expertise in. I haven't seen a sleight of hand roll this entire game that I'm aware of. Double up on perception. Okay. Alright, we'll level up our cleric. Unlocked class feature Herald of Battle. Allies in adjacent cells gain +1 attack roll, +1 on attack rolls, damage, AC, and saving throws. Nice. Pair his spells. Fine. Yeah. Oh, can you take the same type? I don't remember there being the ability to take the same type. If that's true, then I maybe should have done that, but I didn't realize that if that was the case. I can't remember if that, I to be honest, I've never played a ranger in D&D 5e because every time I look at rangers, they look atrocious. I'm always like, why would I bother with that? I wanted to open the bestiary, which is in the journal. In the bestiary. What did we just fight? Blend of blood. Definitely says medium undead, doesn't it? Dude, a minotaur is a monstrosity. No. Okay, but we now hate monstrosities too, so that's fine. All right, let's go back to the temple. Fortunately, it's daytime. We gotta go over here and wait till nightfall again. Okay, we already opened this one, right? Okay, so now we gotta open this one. And we do that by putting it together. I mean, it's just literally click all 3 again, right? This is not. Is there an order I have to do them in? Oh, it's just click 2. Okay, sure. Does this keep anyone out, you think? I guess maybe wild beasts. Why is this not on anymore? Thought we turned this one on. At this figure? Yes, I think. Okay. Alright, maybe there were enemies in these runes that were only available at night. Let's double check. Any other class types we'd like to see? More of a ritual than a lock? That's true. That could be that. Alright, into the Monastery of the Master. Go. Buildings had a ton of vampires in them. Weird. I wonder why they didn't have any vampires in them for me. Did I see that? Wait, the door of the place we went into closed behind us, and a pulsing red orb flew around the room? No, I didn't see that. Must be imagining it. A defiler, it vanished. Doesn't sound good. Don't walk over this. Oh, come on. I don't see any beard growth on any of our characters. A lot of remarkable crossbow bolts. I don't use crossbows, so they're kind of just remarkably weak loot for me. I won't bother with that. Pretty small monastery. Does the one room. The invisible, maybe. Metallic headband. Here's what it does. Or scrolls. I guess we could read the scrolls. We already read that scroll. That's the same exact thing it says. Does this have anything else? Like, is it magic? Doesn't look like it.
How tiresome.
Headband of intellect. Very nice. Like goes to 19 when you use it. Right? Obvious for Zach, so he can get investigation rolls. The book over there and the statue over there we haven't touched. Let's finish touching all the things that we highlight. This feels a little bit like the narration, banter, abjuration, wizard, tower, observable 16. Prompted, nice. Okay. Wizard can't wear it. Right, because he's locked the helm on his head, hasn't he? More narration banter, sure. I'm actually fine with that. If I didn't actually have class banter and it just little pop up that said banter, I'd be fine with that too. Live with that. Long the combat was good. Go stand in the square. Look it. Ghosts standing around. Where do we teleport to? Basement. Okay. Go sneaky sneaky. They're projections from the master, not ghosts. He entertains himself by playing The Sims with magic. Weird. Is it a long rest? They really want us to have resources for this fight. That's fine. I have resources for the fight. Poem. Third backpack. Possibly a fourth backpack. I can't remember. The backpack was in the book. No, it's a chest. We just succeeded on an Arcana check. But for what? Take an Arcana check, the DM said. I said, okay. He's like, you succeeded. Oh, good. Something happens or doesn't happen. Okay. Can't actually move through that. So we've exhausted the content on this side. Long rest safe area. Sure. I mean, I guess I could ID these potions. What is this buff? Blessed by the Herald of Battle. Oh, that's because we're next to our guy. Potion of Climbing.
Never mind.
Potion of Flying, Potion of Climbing, Unidentified Potion. Potion of Greater Healing. Potion of Speed. Is that haste in a bottle? Okay. That to Nobu. We have yet to cast Revivify. Maybe this fight? Sneak, buddy, sneak. Wizard Scout. You have stealth skill? No. Are you strong? No. Are you good at jumping, athletics, pushing, or carrying things? No. You have good perception? No. Why are you always first? He's just the first character in my creation order. Can I switch these? Oh my god, Chad. I can switch these. Right, wizard last. The figurines magical. You mean you talking the ghosts, or you talking like statues or something? I don't actually see any figurines. The ones I alluded to, mean? That's a teleporter. Doesn't actually let me interact with it, even though it highlights. Act copy of the history of the Elven Wars by first lore master of the Arcanum. Little SimCity ghosts are praying. Sure. I don't think the figurines are magical. Alright, where were they though? I'll double check in case they were. Inventory management leads a little bit too. Mostly because you keep picking up all these crafting things that you don't actually know are actually going to be helpful or not. Really tough to tell. I don't see any magical figurines in my inventory unless I missed it. Maybe on Vipsidoo. I'd love to have made my primed light armor into some light armor, since everyone in my party wears light armor, but we never found a recipe for it. Same with almost all of my weapons, like the prime longbow. Now that Zach has the bracers, we could have given him a magic longbow if we could have crafted that. Magic short sword could have been used by Nobu, but we don't have the access to it. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, we just collect these like hunks of like primed weapon, but can't find the spells for it. They probably are magical. Nah, it just says a valuable item that you can sell to a shop. That means it's not magical. That's the description it uses when it gives you junk stuff. Color coding or something would be nice. How long poison lasts? If I were to use spider venom or basic poison potion. Basic poison. I thought I crafted a fancy one too. Thing's torpor, right? Where the fuck is it? Did we never finish crafting it maybe? I don't know. Drink spider venom for 2+2 healing. Huh. Wonder how long it stays for. Apply poison. Doesn't affect undead? No. We have the poisoner subclass. Okay. Entry is strictly prohibited to the laboratory. Can't be opened. Steal his book. Easy ghost book steal. I'll click all the things. I'm again like, okay, I get it. It's a cool environment, I guess. Hey, look, bunch of crafting recipes. There it is, the leather armor of survival. We found it. All right, let's see what really cool stuff that we're gonna find that we can't use because the Empress Garb chainmail and a slave stone, another unique crafting component. I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't know why we have this many components. Can we just take out all components and can we just find rare, common, and uncommon like crafting components? So maybe we can have rare potion component, or maybe just in general rare crafting component, and then we can find like enchantment component, so that I don't have to have 45 different stacks of things that are one use only. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna look at our crafting right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 recipes here, all using things that we haven't found. We found the prime portion for all of these, but we have not to find a lifestone, a shard of fire, we found 1 doom gen, found 1 stardust. Apparently we have slave stone. I don't remember picking that up. Anyways, there's these shells of systems in this game that need to be fleshed out. Loot predetermined? It's all predetermined, I believe. I don't know that for a fact, I guess. More manuals of craftable items. We won't be able to use. Why is this in this? They added this as a... Maybe this becomes really relevant later or something. It's not a breastplate, it's a book on it. It's just the wrong item. The wrong item description for that. Would I have to teleport up there or fly up there? All right, we got to scroll to fly, right? Can we actually make our fly work for us in a way that's not entirely useless? Let's find out. Has to fly. Move to cast on himself. No one knows. Am I flying or not? It says I'm flying. How do I actually get off the ground here? Roll wheel. Okay. Chat. Every time we try to do... Okay, never mind. I thought it wasn't letting me loot there. I was going to get frustrating. All right. 2 more scrolls of things that don't do anything for us because it doesn't matter. Can we come down here now? Yes. Crafting, the long night. Scroll of scorching ray. Viper's bite. Scroll of fireball. Superior healing. This is a poison. This is our first poison recipe we've found in the last zone. I guess this is too. Yeah. Maybe it was available elsewhere and I just didn't find it. So you can relearn. So I already know how to craft well, I already know how to craft fireballs, but I'll read it again, I guess. I don't like, you can sell them for a bunch of money, but I don't think it matters here. We're at like 9k cash. And get into the lab with Fly. Wait, is that the lab? Did it just open up randomly now?
Intruders!
Wait, it's an open door. Sure. I mean, does she have no comment about us killing the master's servants? Outcast win?
Curses. My fault.
Knocked Vipsidoo out of the air. He was flying on the ground. It hit quite hard. Hit Vipsidoo for 17. 7 necrotic. Oh, doesn't necrotic lower max HP pool? Yeah, it's not all necrotic. Alright. We started in melee. Yeah. Zach would like to cunning action disengage. Walk over to there. This guy.
Take that.
Up again. Right. I guess you're just gonna walk away. I think this aggroed the whole like building. Okay, Vipsidoo lost his flying. Hope so. I don't know. Think it's gonna be fun or just tedious. We hit it on an 8? Or an 11 rather?
Again.
Surprising. Big hits when they hit. Good. Something.
Too slow.
Sword and Shield Ranger. Hey, I did select a new target for the fucking spell. I put it on here. Why do I already did that, right? What did I do instead?
You'll die like the rest.
My piercing damage does amazingly good damage through these ghosts. Yes. I don't know what the AC on these things are, but it's super low. We hit him with an 11. Still alive? You are. Let's kill you. 900 experience for that, sure. Alright, so we've broken into the Master's library. We're going to... where is it? I'll change my party order, so let's ritual cast, or not ritual, cantrip. No, I guess we won't. I guess we'll disarm. Magic weapon request. Diamond. And crafting warden blade. Another craftable item that we can't create or use. Anything else in here? Yeah. Sort of witty joke. Pendant. Magical pendant. I guess we are going to ID that. Not this one, right? No. Who picked that up? It was here. Gotta go closer again. Alright, everyone get close. ID that. Who has it? That. Stone of good luck. What does it do? It +1 to ability checks, +1 to saving throws. Pretty nice, actually. We have 2 attuned items. We're gonna have a third. 3. We have 2. I guess it goes here. Yeah. It looks like eventually we are gonna have more magic items than we can use, and actually by eventually I mean pretty soon. Quick short rest in the wizard's library. Let our items attune. You have a prime longsword, you can magical blade now. The gem was material for it, sure, but I don't. It takes like a day to craft these items, and this is the last location, right? Right. We want to attune. Have I used any spells yet? I have. What was Nova gonna use? So we've got. When we come back to that, I guess. So we're gonna attune to Vipsidu. Currently has a wand and a belt. Now it's gonna have a stone. Ability checks, kind of nice. And Crusader Bishop's good on 3. 3 on Zach's got 2 right now. And Nobu wants the belt. Nobu has reached the limit for this rest. Can't attune more than 1 item. You can only limited number you can attune per rest. I didn't know. You want me to go out and craft? Can I even leave this zone? There was a long rest here. Alright, let's look if there's anything crafting that we give a shit about. Warden Blade's a longsword. We don't have anyone who really uses longswords. We have greatsword, longsword, axe. None of those things are things we care about. I'd like to craft some light armors would be great. I don't have the materials for them. I'd love to craft this bow. Don't have the materials for it. I'd love to craft the short sword. Don't have the materials for it. I don't think we're gonna bother. Back to sneaking, I guess. All good. Yeah, true. These ghosts don't mind that we slaughtered the other ghosts. No visible lock. Like, that's not a puzzle. I am level 6. Yep. We already assigned the level up. Yes, will be multiplayer? I doubt it. Maybe. I don't know what their plans are for that. Alright, so she 100% fights us in this next battle or what?
Everybody freeze.
Are you kidding me?
Master, here I am, at last.
Diella, come to me.
We're going to die here.
No, we're not. We're gonna fight and kill a dragon. Dragon kill. Oh. 3 souls.
What's going on here?
I have tried for years to open that door, and here you are, an answer to my prayers. It would almost lead me to believe in the benevolence of the gods, albeit my very existence proves otherwise.
Of course you've been detected.
Guess I could have forced a fight with secret attack for us. Okay. So now we got some dudes. Maybe. The dragon's not there, so activates darkness. Is that just not working right now? Because I don't see darkness. I can see him too, so presumably he has not activated darkness. Not magical darkness anyways. Nobu deals more damage to light sensitive brood of brood. Sure. Deals more damage as a marked target, plus 1d6. This is definitely undead, right? Brood of broods are undead. I guess we don't know, but I'm not getting favorite enemy versus that. We do have favorite enemy. Undead. Okay. All right. Think this guy's gonna counterspell us? Nope. Roll some dice. Bonus actions. All right. Can we sparkle some orbs? They don't like light. Let's give them as much light as we can. Are we gonna fight this dragon? Like, it can't be just these 3 enemies as the final boss here for this, right? Like this guy to come down from up there. I think he's flying. They're all light sensitive. Interesting. It does not show him as flying. No buff for that. Don't think I can get in range of him. Double check. Yeah. We'll come over here and get in range of them. I will start. I don't know. Like, we don't get sneak attack damage there. I guess we just kill off his buddies and see what happens.
Well struck.
Spends his turn running because of that. Flies into it. Nice. Shadow escape. You've done it. Gotten away, chat. Gotten away scot-free.
You like it?
Yeah. I mean, what will our wizard do? I mean, Vipsidu hoards spell resources for when that dragon wakes up 100% of the time here, so I'm gonna run over here. It'll lit some more stuff up, I guess. I probably should get our spiritual weapon down. There's probably no reason not to have done that this turn. Oh well. Any action, disengage, walk backwards, like there, I guess. Hit him in the head with our bow. Should pull out magical arrows. Another 16 radiant. He took 16 radiance when we walked next to him, and took another 16 at the start of his turn. He'll take another 16 when we move towards him this turn, and then it just does so much damage. So insane. Let's mark him. I just marked him, dude. Do it.
Must have hurt.
Resistant to piercing. Alright, let's pull out the swords and see if he's resistant to slashing as well. He is. Okay. Light sensitive. Marked target. We're still not getting undead bonus. More orbs we can light up. Those two, that's fine. Wait, I cast the spell, dude. Yep. Routine.
I'm sure.
I don't know, maybe the dragon's not going to immediately fight. I guess I'm not going to cast it. We certainly don't need to invest more resources into this unit. Like, this unit is fucked. Maybe we can break LOS to hide. Oh.
Nice move.
Another 6. Yeah, we can't get in range to do any damage here. think we're being. I think the dragon is maybe not a thing.
Another victory!
Oh, it is a thing. Excellent. Get friendly dragon because this guy's been like keeping him like chained or something. Oh, he's a vampire, so he's not actually dead. That's his essence going somewhere, right?
Whoever you are.
Oh, fucking hell.
You're welcome, I guess? But your thanks for what exactly?
For reuniting me with Gitaela. For dealing with this foulness when I was incapacitated. This evil was new to me. Not something Manacalon ever knew.
You never met such a creature before?
No. Manacalon, for all its faults, revered life. This was a negation of life. An abomination.
Manacalon? Are you one of the...
Adrastea, the prudent shield, master of abjuration, in your debt and at your service.
You were at the Battle of the Rift?
Yes. And there I must apologize for Kitaela's misconceptions.
Misconceptions?
Yes. She was created with an elven personality and carried certain prejudices.
Oh, that.
The Empire wasn't kind to other races.
The humans surprised you, it seems.
Yes. Such bravery, such defiance. They all came together to save Solasta. The Golden Cavalry charging and breaking the lines of the Sor Akath. The Iron Legions and the shield wall of the dwarves, holding the enemy at bay, flank to flank. Our shock arcanists and the human paladins together, giving their lives to give us a chance to close the rift. And as another wave came through, one last throw of the dice, one last surprise for the Sor Akath.
What was it?
Kasanax had us walking Solasta in elven form for so long. But at this moment, we resumed our true forms to secure the rift for a few crucial moments, buying time with our lives in a furnace of magic and steel, so Kasanax could finish his ritual.
With the gems.
Take it, old friend, once again.
Old friend?
I feel your spirit in the crown, Kasanax.
The Magister is still in the crown?
Enough talk of the past. Please accept these few tokens of my gratitude. I must rest now. I foresee one last flight when the need is greatest, and for that, I will need all my strength. Use my gate freely. I believe you know how. We shall meet again before the end. But before you take your leave, if you would be so kind...
Yes, we can kill you, no problem.
This creature you forced to flee still plagues my grounds with his minions. Would you deal with them and free their prisoners? As a courtesy.
We owe you that much.
For
Thank
what?
you, Master Adrastea.
Oh, closing the rift, maybe? Another victory, chat. No reason. Is there anything else in here? Right there. He's on the mini map. Okay. Alright, that was the fake fight versus Raisin. We'll go fight him the second time. Hey, door not open. Door cannot be opened. Awkward. Triggers when you enter the city. Enable next CS cutscene, maybe? Oh. Ah. Is this the end of the content for the early access? Yeah. I keep waiting for it to end. I assume it will. Maybe there's another location for him. It was pretty linear getting in and out of here. I didn't see any locations that we'd missed. Come on, team. Why are we dragging our heels? Oh, they were all four there. They're just running adjacent to. The door on the other side that was sealed when I came in. Okay. Thanks. Well, there wasn't a door. It was just this wall, right? The shiny wall. You think the shiny wall might be? So we could use the gate, but gate brings us back to the city. Any other people who played this? I think I would, out of courtesy to my players, give them like a pop-up that says like, you have finished the early access content. And maybe they have. The fact that I'm not getting one could mean that they haven't put that in, or it could mean that we have finished the content and... I mean, rather, it could mean we did or didn't finish the content. I have no idea right now, unfortunately. Ah. There's something I need to click to open it. Basically done everything. What about killing this Razan guy? Raisin guy. He's raising himself. Late and last orb. There's quite a few last orbs, but I don't think that's related to anything. He's over there. I don't think our wizard can solo him. Although I'm a little curious now. Can't walk in there. Claiming he's right there. We don't have C invis. Even has the square he's on, like it's occupied. I can't walk onto it, so he's there, visible or something. We do have a C invisibility, although I don't have it equipped or trained. I guess this is the end of the early access. If someone knows better than that, like there's another way to do this that I haven't found or something, by all means, feel free to let me know. But that means the last fight we fought was, in fact, that fight with one 110 HP undead guy who I don't even think ever connected with a hit. 2 broods. Wasn't the fight outside the front of the temple harder? Hardest fight was a level 1 ambush fight. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break here, grab more coffee, etc. Fire up Retropolis. I think I'm gonna give a little summary of how I feel the state of the game is right now. Things I'd like to see, things I'm worried about, things I don't like, things I do like, etc. But I'm gonna do that in just a minute. So let's drop out of this, open up Solasta and or Solasta, open up Retropolis, and we'll go from there. Would have been nice if they told me that was the end of the early access content, so I don't waste my time looking for wherever that fucking guy is, but maybe it isn't wrong. Possible too. Okay.
Retropolis, the ancient metropolis, granted us safety and prosperity. However, our greed bred more greed, and in the end, a terrible experiment caused apocalypse. Ratkind, once so great, were scattered into the wilderness.
All right. I'll be back in a few minutes, chat. See you guys shortly.
Who made new settlements. From now on, we must protect the settlement.
Hey, chap. All right. I guess I am on things here. We're going to pick a faction to play in a second, and a quick recap of the Solasta experience. I've added a couple more zones compared to the initial early access. Fixed some of the bugs, redid the light system. There was some quality of life improvements for things like, I think some of the inventory stuff was a little changed. The Scavenger Guild's a pretty cool addition. But in general, similar game to what it was a couple months ago. Just more content for it. Getting a little bit worried now about it. More so than I was before playing the second iteration of it. I really think they need to focus everything on the quality of the combat in that game. I don't think the rest of the game offers a whole lot. So, need those combats to be exciting and interesting and fun. And right now, their difficulty level is just way, way too low for what it is. So, I think everything else is going to make or break, right? Like, or rather, that's going to make or break it, and everything else is kind of going to be window dressing for that. So, it's going to be hard to say until we see those difficulty systems enter it. Definitely saw the limitations of the number of characters. The crafting system, I feel like, is too much stuff in there for what it's actually doing. Could simplify that very easily. I still like the crafting system in terms of crafting while you move. I like the random encounter system, although the random encounters need to scale up. I hate the towns. The towns feel like lifeless. They feel boring. It's a bunch of interactions that you don't want to do. Any of the quests that involved anything except going places and fighting things were really boring. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, but let's get started with some retro.